Welcome, minions. Today we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to talk about a movie. Weird, right? I know, but even I need a little break from all the religious stupidity once in a while. So what do? I watch movies, of course. So, prepare your ear holes. Here come some strong opinions.
Scary skeletons speak with such a screech. You'll shake and shudder in surprise when you hear these zombies shriek. Spooky, scary skeletons and shivers down your spine. That shrieking skull will shock your soul and seal your doom tonight. Spooky, scary skeletons.
Today we're going to talk about the movie Captain Marvel. And I know I'm a little bit late to the party because the movie's a little bit old now, but it did just come out on video, and the missus insisted we watch it. Now, I had no desire to see it. I didn't think it was going to be good. Heard a lot of bad things about it. Did get a little bit of a bad press before, with all the stupid shit Brie Larson said. But I'm not even going to talk about those things, and we're going to leave politics out of it. I know it's going to be a little bit difficult because the movie does have some cringy, female empowerment moments, but, we'll talk about the merit of the movie itself, the plot, and what I thought about it. I don't judge movies based on their cinematography. I'm not a movie maker, so I don't know the first thing about it. But, as a person that likes cinema, I'm going to base it on whether or not I was entertained. This particular movie wasn't terrible, and it did entertain us to some extent. But largely, in my opinion, the movie was carried by some of the bigger prominent actors, such as Samuel Jackson, Jude Law, and Ben Mendelsohn. However, my biggest gripe with the movie was, in fact, Captain Marvel herself, Brie Larson. The movie itself, in my opinion, was massively overhyped, and probably based on some of the political views. Same as the Black Panther, which I also didn't like. And if you take the politics out of those, they're actually pretty mediocre films. According to critics, this was the best movie ever, and the best Marvel movie ever. But it isn't. I would rate these two movies as on the bottom of all the MCU movies. I think Black Panther and Captain Marvel are excellent side characters, and they definitely add to the universe. But as standalone films, I don't know if they were necessary other than just to make money. They were not great movies. They were definitely not best movies. They weren't even best Marvel movies. I'd say they're on the bottom 5. Of course, this movie has a huge budget. The CGI were great. The sound, set design, everything was excellent. Some of the fight scenes were great. And the bigger actors definitely made it for me. But the plot's pretty standard fare. You had some good guys, you had some bad guys. There was a little bit of a plot twist in the end where the bad guys became the good guys and all that stuff. But my biggest gripe was the character development of Carol Danvers herself, who in my opinion was just not well developed. Now, how did she get her powers? The plane she was flying, the engine exploded. That would have killed everybody, but somehow she was able to absorb those powers instead of dying. Fine, I'll suspend the disbelief. And then, of course, she became very powerful and has all these energy powers. But she can also fly, which is fine, I guess. But as with most of those movies, including the Star Wars Rey character, these girls immediately have all these powers that they can use. And the problem with Captain Marvel, her powers were suppressed by the use of that implant, which she eventually just shrugs off through, sheer will. And she's been always powerful. There is no development. And like I said, same with Rey. Never used the lightsaber before in your life? No problem. Just pick it up, start swinging, and you'll do fine. Never flew Millennium Falcon? No problem. Get in it. I'm sure you know what to do. Oh, but you can also fix it. The guy that had it, Han Solo, wasn't sure what to do, but here comes Rey. Oh, yeah, you just got to do the one little thing, and there it is. It's fixed. These girls need character development. It's not very believable that they're so strong and powerful that everything comes easy to them. If you compare these movies to some of the older movies, even Luke Skywalker, it took a long time to develop his powers. He wasn't powerful right off from the beginning. He needed to develop. He was getting his ass kicked at the beginning until he became a powerful Jedi. Now, same Rey and Carol Danvers are powerful right away. They can do anything. Does she need to fly? All right, well, close your eyes and focus, and you'll fly. Even Luke Skywalker was shown training, practicing with the lightsaber. He didn't know how to use it well from the beginning. But these girls can. Rey can use her mind trick powers right away. She just tried them, and guess what? They worked. Captain Marvel can use her laser beams all the time without any kind of practice, or at least not that was shown. She's practicing some karate with Jude Law because, when you have laser beams, you really need karate. And then, of course, she uses those laser beams when he tells her not to because, reasons, and she's rebellious. But fine, let's not focus on all those things. I understand it's a movie with aliens and superheroes, so we'll get away from that. Let's just talk about Captain Marvel herself. To me, she was a very unlikable character. She has this stoic, smug attitude. She's arrogant. She's rebellious. She doesn't want to listen to anyone. Even when her commander, Jude Law, tells her something, she always has this major chip on her shoulder like, how dare you tell me what to do? Well, he's your commander, and you have to do as your commander says. It is very simple, and I know every soldier understands that, but not this one. Because she always has these little flashbacks how back in the day when she was a child and men told her she can't do certain things and she was always the underdog. But certainly that plays the entire role. But that laid on so thick and it's constantly repeated throughout the entire film. To me, that was very, very cringy at the very end. Now, as an actress, Brie Larson is okay. I don't have a major problem with her. I know she's been in some very good movies, including The Room, where she played the mother of the child, where they were stuck or kidnapped in the room. She was very good. She had a completely different attitude then. But I don't know if it's the way she was told to act, if that's just her actual personality. It's hard to say. And I know she's made some publicity appearances where she said a lot of controversial things and she's pissed people off, and which is why the movie got some bad reputation before it even came out. And I know some of the reviews were bad and then they were taken down. There was a lot of little controversies going on with the movie, but I'm not even going to talk about any of that stuff. I just didn't like her character. I just didn't think she was genuine. And, all these major female empowerment moments throughout the film, can we talk about the one fight where I'm Just a Girl plays as she's like kicking everybody's ass? Was that necessary? That stuff was cringe. No Doubt was playing in the background, I'm Just a Girl, as she's just flying around beating ass. Can you say too much? We get it. There's no need. It's that kind of stuff that I find to be a turn off. I don't know about you guys, but when I look at stuff like that, it just makes me think, who's made those decisions? Who's sitting there in the boardroom when they're discussing the movie and they're going, yeah, we should include this. People are really going to like this. Who's this for? Maybe there's some, feminists who are enjoying that, but for the rest of us, you look at it and it's just very inorganic, and it's too much. So none of the jokes landed for me. Normally, Marvel movies are known for their excellent humor. It could be spliced in very well, even through some periods of tension. Thor Ragnarok was excellent. Endgame, in Infinity War, every one of those movies has excellent humor and jokes all around to break up the tension. For some reason, this one just didn't work for me. I know Samuel Jackson made some jokes, and in my opinion, he did carry the film a little bit. But still, again, on a scale of all the Marvel movies, this one to me was on the bottom. It just wasn't that entertaining. And let's talk about how Samuel Jackson's character, Nick Fury, lost his eye. The stupid cat creature scratched him, and that's how he lost his eye? One of the most stoic characters in MCU, Nick Fury, lost his eye to a scratch from a cat creature that he was actually getting along with? I don't know. I guess that's fine. It just seems a little weird, and I don't know if people like that. But that's not even the major problem. The major problem is this: Captain Marvel is apparently the most powerful Avenger out there. And that to me is unnecessary and unbelievable. And I swear, to tie in with the rest of the universe, when I was watching the Endgame, and I swear to you, I thought they were gonna do what the stupid D&D did to Game of Thrones. I thought she was gonna come in from the sky, and she's gonna smash through that ship, which she did. She just went through it like a knife through hot butter, and start fighting Thanos all by herself. Three of the major Avengers are having trouble, and Thanos is fighting off Captain America, Thor, the Hulk, and Tony Stark, and they're having trouble using all their skills. And here comes Captain Marvel in this movie, and I swear to God, she was just gonna come in, she was gonna just defeat Thanos all by herself, and that's gonna be the end of the movie. Just like Arya Stark when she killed the Night King. Oh shit. Spoiler alert, I forgot. If you haven't seen that by now, I don't know what to tell you. You're obviously not into it, so I really don't care. Bottom line is, thank God that these two Russo brothers were able to land this 10-year franchise much better than the stupid D&D and what they did to Game of Thrones. But still, Thanos had to pull out one of the stones just to get her off of him for a little bit. Because she was really kicking his ass. How is she more powerful than the God of Thunder, who was sitting there in the energy beam of a dying star, and that didn't kill him? But Carol Danvers can handle Thanos almost single-handedly. And what about that one part in the Endgame? And I know we're deviating from the Captain Marvel to the, her tie-in with the Endgame, but what about the one part where she has to get that gauntlet across, and Spider-Man asks her how she's gonna do that, and suddenly all the female characters appear out of nowhere, and they pose like this little Korean boy band, like, we got this, bitches.
You're gonna get it through all that.
Don't worry. She's got health.
Suddenly, all the female characters end up in one spot to help her. Do they even know her? Do they know who she is? Let me tell you something about women. And women don't like each other when they're friends. You expect me to believe that all these characters just ended up in the same space in the same time just to make a little feminist pose? Who is this for? Who wanted this? Who's cool? Luckily, it wasn't very long scene, but it was still major fucking cringe. Even people who are not political look at it and go, what the fuck was that? Who makes these decisions? Who decides that that's something that needs to be included in our films? I got news for you. Nobody likes it. It is very, very cringy. Stop fucking doing it. Luckily, Captain Marvel wasn't a very, very big part of the Endgame, so she didn't get a chance to ruin that film, but she was there long enough to provide some of her snarky little attitude at the very beginning when she was talking to Rocket, and she's like, well, I got, more important things to do, because there's other universes out there, and then he was like, oh, yeah, that's a good point. But again, it's just a little glimpse of her little snarky, smug attitude. I don't want to come off as I don't like female characters or I'm anti-feminist or anything like that. This is coming from a guy. When I was watching Lord of the Rings and, that girl stabs that Nazgul in the face when she goes, I'm no man. I cheer for that part. That was a natural, organic part.
I am no man.
Because she was a different character. She wasn't like a badass from the beginning. She was someone who wanted to do this and she wasn't allowed. And then eventually she rebelled and she did it anyway. And she ended up in the battle where she saved the king. And that was a natural, well-written, organic moment. And I love those moments. What I don't like is these female characters, just like Rey from Star Wars, just like Captain Marvel, who are just immediate badasses. They know everything. They're very powerful. They can do everything. They have a chip on their shoulder. Maybe not so much Rey, but definitely Captain Marvel. Because her entire life she was told that she can't do certain things, and boy, she's gonna prove that she can. And of course, she becomes the ultimate badass with ultimate powers, and she's the most powerful. Did she really even have to work on it? Nah, it all just came easy. She can fly, she can shoot laser beams, she can just beat up everybody. There's really no need. She's powerful, she's just smashing through all the rockets. Let me ask you a question. When you have someone this strong, what are the stakes? So what's the point? Even Superman has weaknesses. Kryptonite. I don't know of any weaknesses that this girl has. Does she have any? She's just all powerful. Then what are the stakes? What's the issue then? Then who cares? She's essentially indestructible. And am I supposed to feel something for her? Am I supposed to feel some sort of a tension? Then something may happen? No, she's going to come in and she's just going to save the day. She's going to kill whoever she needs to kill, beat up whoever she needs to beat up, and the day is going to be saved. Here comes Captain Marvel. Forget all those other Avengers. They can't do shit. They're struggling, but she's going to save the day at the end. Is that believable? Is that natural? Is that even interesting? If you ask me, it isn't. I want to feel that there's some stakes. Does she have some vulnerabilities? Is she gonna succeed despite some odds? I haven't seen that. And in my opinion, that's what really killed the movie for me. I don't know. That's just my opinion. Obviously, I'm no professional critic. Just thought I'd weigh in on the issue and, let me know what you guys thought. I know, again, this is a little bit late. The movie's been out for a while. I'm giving you this major hot take on an older movie, but, figured I'll mention it now that I have a little bit of a platform just to break up the pacing of the channel a little bit. All right, I will talk to you guys later on another episode.